Alright, there were similarities on both sides, and the most obvious was the constant runouts, especially for the Pistons, because that's where a lot of their points came from. They were always looking for quick buckets in transition, and if it wasn't that, it was a whistle, but that was consistent for both sides. Whenever any player got downhill, it was going to be one or the other damn near every time, and there were always at least 10 free throws for one of the teams every quarter. Some of them were even coming off old boards from both teams constantly crashing the offensive glass, and the line was one of the big differences in the game, because the Pistons left 12 points on the table compared to the Suns' 8, so that was basically their loss right there. In a one-possession game throughout, those add up, and unfortunately, Timmy had the free throw plag down the wire on a chance to keep him within 1 point, so Grayson and Book just got to ice it at the line by making theirs. But the similarities were showing just as much in the half court, because both teams were looking to manipulate their screening actions, or had players looking to fry, and for the Pistons, a lot of that was Tobias. He got a couple open looks early, and that's all it took for him to start feeling good, so he was looking for his shot every time he got to play ones. He was their only consistent source of offense, because Cade struggled all night, and it started with him settling from deep early. Once he missed some, he could never find his rhythm after that, so it didn't matter if he was getting to his spots, and that was the opposite of Book, because he was consistently getting to his all night. The Pistons were showing off his and Tyus' screens, but had to start blitzing his at some point, and he was still making the right reads, so between those two, they were generating good offense. But that was the main reason why Cade was on spot-up duty in the first half, so he couldn't really get into a rhythm, and it was obvious they made a concerted effort to start featuring him more in the third to get him going. They ran flares, had him slip his screens, or just got him the rock to let him fry, and this was crucial not only because it led to his hero ball down the wire, but also because he was a big part of Nick Richards' eating. I still can't believe it took him this long to find a prototypical big that has intangibles needed for today's game, and I already know he's going to have a big impact going forward, because he crashes the O boards, knows how to roll, finishes his drop-offs, and rim runs, so he's going to get a lot of easy buckets. But more importantly, he's trying to block everything at the rim, and even though it did open up some O boards for the Pistons because the Suns aren't used to covering for that yet, at least he was consistently contesting. Now that they've got a competent big with actual hands and can actually jump, I'm expecting him to be in the starting lineup even when Nurk returns, because this is the inside presence they've needed. Just watch the tape.
Nice assist for KD.